Oh, hi there. I'm making this video to state that for New Year's Eve, I am doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except drinking. And probably go buy socks, actually, because I need socks. It's not a very interesting subject, but, I'm gonna go buy some socks today. Um, there's no getting around it. It's a bit of a piss off. Um, Obviously, given my situation, having any modicum of a normal New Year's celebration is, well, not going to happen. I really do hope 2020 is a bit better a year for me than 2019 has been. It wasn't all bad, but there were some things about it that I didn't like. Um, but that's okay. It's not gonna bum me out or anything like that. Um, yeah, there's simply things that can be improved upon. And, I'm one of these kind of people. I don't like things being sugar coated in the sense that if it's not a good thing, obviously putting sugar on it's not going to make it better. Um, I prefer that things are a little bit more real. And, like the normal, what is so called normal New Year's celebrations, they're not that much to write up about anyway. I mean, sure, go to a party, drink some overly priced champagne. Once upon a time, champagne was a reasonable price, long before I started drinking. It's not anymore. The French, they're a very greedy people when it comes to their liquid beverage. And you're partying with people who, aren't exactly reputable characters for the most part. I mean, sure, there's going to be some alright times at parties and things like that, but um, other times you got to deal with people who are obnoxious, who don't know how to handle their alcohol, and unpredictability at a party is usually a bad thing. Um, so I'm not too bothered about that. I mean, having normal social scene is obviously something I strive to have, and I think a big part of the reason I don't have a normal social scene is, well, jealousy. There's so many people who are jealous of the subject of Ryan, Iron Drac, that it's actually kind of comical in a way that, here I am making these videos. Um, no one's going to comment on them, at least from what I can see. And, yeah, well, there's lots to talk about. And whether they like me or not is not really relevant. You have to understand that it doesn't matter what people think. In the sense that it does and it doesn't. Like, you can't let it bother you what they think. Because, like I've said this before, people are assholes. They're shitheads. They're, less decent than they paint themselves as. This is me getting back to the real. I don't like phony smiles. I don't like pretend friends. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. I'm not one of these people who enjoys bickering either, in case anyone thought I would like that, because some guys, they're in relationships where it's like a love-hate sort of thing, and it's like, no. The drama and the bickering and, I mean, it's all unpleasant. And, it's certainly, something I have to be conscientious about because it'll be a real culture shock when a chick is finally around me. And, I'll be fine. I mean, I'm sure if she's at all reasonable, then, it'd be good times. But, don't like them when they're loud and obnoxious. Who would? Um, I don't really think that's a problem, but there are certain themes I'm noticing when I look through the grapevine at what's going on, and yeah, um, these are themes that I don't want resonate in the real world. How things really are, because you can't let somebody paint an image of what's going on, in your personal life, in the real world, um, and paint an inaccurate image deliberately to try and manipulate you into thinking a certain set of circumstances is the truth when it's not. It's a facade. It's a fake. And I know that's exactly the kind of imagery that people are going to try and portray as what is real. For me, for starters, they're going to go, well, you never tried hard enough. You're socially awkward. You're this, you're that. And it's like, I don't think that's the problem. I think, the people are assholes. I think that's what the problem is. If you want my humble opinion on the subject. And I mean, yes, like I said before, it is a piss off. No doubt about it on certain aspects of my life. Chronic pain, no women, no real social circle, intellectually void of anything other than what I can create in my own imagination, in my own day-to-day life, and my own thought processes. Without it, everything is humdrum, boring, uninteresting, nothing ever happens. And if someone's going to try and paint the world as that to me, I'm going to go right away. I'm going to tell them, like, look, man, or look, chick, whatever. You're lying. I know you're lying, and you telling me you're not lying doesn't mean that you're not lying, if that makes any sense. Yeah, because, I think a lot of people want to be my friend, actually. You'll get people going, oh, nobody wants to be your friend, nobody thinks you're cool, nobody likes what you are as a person, and there's a reason you're where you are. Yes, there is a reason. People are assholes. That's the reason. I keep having to emphasize that. And some people will say, well, call me mean-spirited names, simply because they can, and they'll have their rule book on psychology on how to deal with me, and what certain things can be said and what certain circumstances could be available and what my given responses could be. And I'm not gonna go along with that. I am who I am, and the definition of who I am is not in a goddamn book. It isn't. Everyone is responsible for who they are as a person on their own. And I also don't really like being too terribly predictable all the time. Because then that, is always kind of boring. My core values are usually, they're consistent. And, what is said on social media and what I actually think are quite different. There's no comparison, really. I simply put up media that I think is interesting or, sometimes funny. I like funny stuff sometimes, but it's the definition of what is funny that is a characteristic which can be irritating. Because there's a lot of people out there with a really, really bad sense of humor. And it's like, Yeah, this is not going to go well if they try to implicate this sense of humor. Like, a lot of people think that my situation is quite funny and that I deserve to be where I am. And they would never accept that they were wrong or that they misjudged the situation. And they certainly will never take back all the bad things they did or said. But I'm not asking them to. Karma. Karma's got a way of catching up to everybody. And no one is immune from that. So, yes, I'm pissed off about not actually really doing anything on New Year's Eve. It's it's like it's an insult to the pride, and it's insult to my dignity, and it really feels like this is it's a prison world. And I have said before, it's like a cloud is following me. And my job is to prove that. Prove it with my resources that I have available. Not easy to do. Very, very hard to do, as a matter of fact. Almost impossible to do. And people will go, well, that's because it doesn't exist. Well, your story doesn't add up, so, And I go, how possible is it that my cell phone tracks where I am, that my YouTube videos are actually live as I make them with my web camera, which is on a computer that has Wi-Fi, and this is the screen I have, and I've not uploaded the video, but I can guarantee you this is actually being live streamed somewhere else. I can guarantee you, but how can I prove it? How can I prove it when no one will talk? Call it intuition. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna make the best of my situation, and I know things are gonna get better. And I'm not what the definition of. I just watched a video actually about doomers and bloomers. It's a internet meme type thing. Although I have covered some stories that I believe in, which are of, I suppose, a doomer kind of mentality. But it's not a textbook definition of who I am. There might be some similarities, but that's not who I am as a person. And then they become the bloomer sometimes, where they're all happy and go lucky and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, I wish everyone would drop the damn basic psychology book and stop implementing it on everything and every person you deal with. Because it's not that fascinating a field. I don't have any interest. I don't give a damn what people think. So long as they, are not assholes to me. And are able to actually implement their being unkindly towards me. So long as they don't have those characteristics, I don't give a damn what they think. And, that's something that some people don't understand about me. They don't know me as well as I think they do. I mean, here I am making YouTube videos with anonymous people watching my channel, and some of them are going to have malignant thoughts against me, and here I am anyway, unconcerned and not bothered. And that takes something. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't handle criticism, and I'm sure if it's right up in your face, it's, going to be problematic. But, in this particular element, I'm fine. I would like to see a little more activity as far as what the outside world thinks. because I know it's there. Don't try to lie to me and tell me it's not. Yeah. Well, it is simply another day on the calendar. And, I guess that's something I could buy, too. I should go buy a calendar, I suppose. Although my calendar is good for a couple of more months into the new year. No immediate hurry, anyway. It's not like calendars are going to go out of fashion. Yeah, so this is basically a video of me saying, I'm not really getting up to anything. I don't have any plans for the evening. See how things go. And, like, I don't want to be put in a position where, where people are laughing at me and that's because they're assholes. It's not fun. Not to say I couldn't handle it. It's that it's not fun. And I think I've put up with enough from people over the years that I don't want any of that. Is that so much to ask? From what I see, I guess it is. Funny that you want to live in a world where you don't put up with people's bullshit and it becomes an unreasonable request. The hell? What the hell? I mean, I'm one of these people who knows that we live in hell. Everyone lives in hell, whether they know it or not. To some degree, anyway. I mean, some people... I refuse to believe everything always goes some people's ways. It just seems that way. Yeah, so... What else is there more to say, really? I've strung this conversation out long enough. I got things to do and I want to work out a bit. I'm not becoming, one of these people who's obsessed with working out. Oddly enough, on the YouTube, there's been a lot of channels promoting steroid use. There was this one fellow in particular who was describing the regimen of steroid use from notable people. And, that's something I'm not interested in at all. I would be, I'd rather have, be in fair shape and, do it the natural way. Yeah. Because all that stuff's creepy and it's got to be bad for you, too. And actually, I don't think it looks that great. I don't think having, a shredded physique actually looks that good. I mean, obviously you don't want to be, Pillsbury Doughboy. However, there's got to be some line. And, overly skinny is, has its advantages, of course. But, even that doesn't look that great all the time. Well, I don't know. There's a balance. There's definitely a balance. And right now, I'd say I'm a little bit overweight, but nothing drastic. Yeah, now here I am. I was going to make a video about not doing anything on New Year's, and now I'm going to be telling you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to use my skipping rope, get some cardio in. Hopefully my knee doesn't play me up. I'm going to lift some weights, and I'm going to go buy socks. So, self-image. That's, that's important for everybody. So, yeah. There it is. This is my video. Anyway, talk to you people later.